Hey up guys, what's going on and welcome back to the Atletico Madrid beta save where last time we met was a 4-0 win against Barcelona. Today is the trip to the big derby, the biggest of all the derbies for Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid of course, and that's followed up by a trip to Juventus's, well, Zebra Stadium. I've googled it, it's a rugby stadium. Well, it's not called Zebra Stadium, but there is a team called Zebra, they're a rugby team in Parma. I know why they've called them Zebra in the actual game. Name fixes are a thing, thank God, but the stadium is still confusing because it's 5,000 seats, that stadium, when you Google it. It's not called that, but hey-oh. Anyway, yes, Real Madrid, Juventus in the Champions League, two massive games. But just to catch you up on the game since Barcelona, of course, 4-0 against Barcelona, as just mentioned, so that was immediately followed up by a 2-1 loss to Celta Vigo. Naturally, it's not as bad as it sounds, in fairness. In terms of disappointing results, from the position we were in, it's disappointing. We were 1-0 up, and we lost 2-1 in the end, and that's a penalty conceded. I don't know why, but penalties seem to be exclusively conceded by left-backs this year. I'm not sure if that's a glitch or not, but I'm fairly certain we've conceded about 4 penalties this year, and it's been the left-back every time, which is a little annoying. But, yes, that's happened, and then we did concede what I think was a reasonably good goal. I can't remember now exactly, but in the 82nd minute is especially disappointing. But when you look at the match stats as a whole, it's not massively out of order. You'd probably think a draw on the player things, but considering actually the 4-0 Barcelona was relatively even in terms of stats, it kind of balances out a little bit. And actually, most importantly, Celta Vigo are currently 9 games in and haven't lost a single one of them. They are second, 7 wins, 2 draws, so it's not a hugely disappointing result in the grand scheme of things. They are up there. Followed up by 2-0 against Villarreal. There's penalties abound this year. Penalties in general seem to be far more frequent this year. I'm not sure if that is something wrong in the match engine or whatever, but penalties seem to be very, very frequent this year, just in general. And for some reason, they only sent us 167 people to this match. It's mostly made up of home fans. I don't know if that's a thing in general. I've just noticed that. Doka got his start, by the way, and then got immediately injured for about 2 weeks. So that was wonderful. We gave the other one a start in this one. Maria. Haaland started as well. Partey started. A few second stringers started this one. Arias as well. And we lost it, but not because of the players on the pitch. Ow! That's bright. Okay, Champions League stuff is bright. Okay, I'll be careful going on to that in the future. Really hoping Skins fix that. Good lord. But yes, as you can see here, possibly, if you could see at all anymore, they had 3 shots on target. They actually scored with their first one, because that's how Football Manager works. You can do this, but as long as they have 1 shot on target, you might lose. Welcome to football in general, I suppose, but yeah, it's a little frustrating. This is Football Manager in its finest. 30 shots in general, 13 on target. They have 3 on target, they win 1-0. 4-0, Felix twice, Lamar, Correa. Wonderful performances in general. And then comes Real Madrid. So, as you can see there, actually, this is actually a massive day, really. The top 4 are playing each other in general. Celta Vigo, Barcelona, Real Madrid, us. Albert was not in the last match, so he can go in that one. Savic is knackered, so Felipe needs to bob in there. You actually do prefer to be just central defender, so I'll keep you on your preferred for this one. For some reason you're on attacking mode, and I don't know why. I'll have them on automatic, I think. I'll have him on automatic, but I'll keep Albert on support for the time being. Because he's on inside winger, that overlap is available for him a little bit more. So I'll leave this as the formation complete forward, okay, rather than attacking forward. Just allows him to come into that a little bit more. And actually, he's regarded 5-star in that regard, so wonderful news. Felix doesn't need to be on the bench. He's injured, of course. Arias, so that leaves that one out. Everyone else is either tired or not really up to scratch to be on the bench. Maria, strictly speaking, doesn't need to be on this bench right now. I will put Herrera in there. Because how Felix is obviously the attacking midfield option if we want to bring that in. We don't really need Maria for this one. Submit that team. A couple of people not up to scratch fitness-wise, but that's because we haven't played them basically at all. Llorente, of course, former Real Madrid player. I was actually asked about him in the pre-thingy. Passionately give that one. Oh, that's worked again. I was slightly worried about using that one again because I used it against Taffy or Lille or something. I can't be sure. Oh, God, there's 2 match stats now. Bottom one needs to be on match stats. So if we stick this one on scores, we'll stick that one on scores. Oh, Mendy got taken out straight away. Good news. Thank God his replacement is the rubbish Marcelo. No, okay. I mean, as backups go, that's pretty useful, isn't it? Let's be honest. And they've nabbed the ball. So I'm hoping that defensive midfielder just helps mop up any attacks a little bit better. I do feel really bad not playing Felix. But so far, we've had 68% of the ball in the first quarter of an hour or so, and 1-0 to them. Possession means bugger all, as we all know. They've had 2 shots. There's been 2 shots in the entire game. It's kind of dull as the game goes, but I am going to demand a little more. I mean, most of them are motivated, I say most of them are motivated. They're still actually quite motivated in general. Now anxiety's come in, I'm going to demand a little more. Because we've not had a shot at all yet, and it's been 25 minutes, and I don't like that. Right, hang on, sorry. First thing, make that shorter. Second thing, make that higher. Transition. When possession has been lost, I'm going to say regroup, because I don't want us to panic and press. Out of possession is a standard line. Let's just do that a little bit. Let's switch that up a little bit. Because I don't want them to get behind us too easily, but at the same time, they are still getting behind us too easily. And I still thought that was about to be another penalty, because as soon as I see a left back make a tackle, alright, they've switched it up and gone for the right back this time. Trippier's inside the box. The Real Madrid player's outside the box. I think it's Hazard. So I don't know which way this is going to go, actually. Free kick. Lovely. And of course, those two were in the Premier League last year, the pair of them. Chelsea and Tottenham, respectively. And that's just gone all the way out. Someone's injured. Who's injured? Llorente. Oh, good. The player I brought in as a defensive midfielder is injured. And Fido. He's on a 6.3. Why is he playing so terrible? 6.2. Well, I'm not going to take him off in the first half because that would just be rude, really. But we've not had a single shot. And if nothing still happens, he's still injured, but I'm not going to take him off for now. I don't really know what to do. Casemiro is booked, so if we can get him sent off, that'll be wonderful. Now, Llorente does get into that one, but he just heads it straight to Ramos, who can build off this if necessary. Oh, Militao's over there, completely unmarked. Hazard's on this side, completely unmarked. Trippier's just going to give it back to him, because why would we ever give it to our own team? The fullback's heading to the opposition thing. It's not being fixed. They would not do that in real life. They would try to keep the ball or just hoof it out. They would not head it to the opponent. Their decision making is better than that. And it's only a problem with fullbacks for the most part. Centre backs seem to be better at not giving the ball straight away. This is going to be 2-0. Oh God, I so thought that was 2-0 for a second there. We still not had a shot. You know, I'm going to make a decision on 55 minutes because, frankly, this is ridiculous. We're going to go for it now because we've not had a single shot. I don't know if it's just in general positive balanced or not, but if we're not playing positive, then we just don't play well at all, and I don't understand why. It happened against Celta Vigo. I mean, that's outside the box, obviously, but it happened against Celta Vigo as well. We played the more defensive variant, the non-attacking variant of the 4-2-3-1, and we ended up losing that 2-1 as a result. And I don't know why positive is the only mentality that seems to actually mean we do well. Of course it was outside the box. I could have told you that. I mean, I did tell you that. Right, can we maybe... I mean, they've sent everyone up. If we could do a break here, that would be lovely. No. Right, first things first. Opposition... I'm actually going to do some opposition and try... Right, can we not do aggressive tackling, please? Because I don't want people to get sent off. Actually, yeah. Wingers. Go in hard on the wingers and the strikers. Just press them and mark them. For God's sake. If they have weaker foot, show them onto them. Press them, show them onto their weaker foots, and tackle them. And maybe don't pass it to them. Hazard's on side, which is the worst part of all of this. We've actually had a shot, which is progress. It's only 1-0, so it's not a huge disappointment at this point. We've not made any other changes. Oh, for God's sake, that's gone in. I do not understand this. Celta Vigo are clearly winning as well. There's a highlight immediately, so I will see this out before I make any changes. But I have put it on shorter passing, so hopefully this helps. We're going to... Yep, backwards. That's always good news. That's gone to the other side, so this shorter passing really working for us. Oh, this is interesting. I don't know if it's going to be a highlight from the free kick or if Hazard's being sent off here. Straight red for Hazard. Right, so they're 2-0 up, and they've actually had an injury. Correa is not playing well, apparently. So I'm going to do something interesting. I'm going to put him slightly further right, and then not have an actual proper right winger. In fact, I might keep him central, just to keep that slight more balance on it. I'm not going to go attacking because I don't want to open us up. They still have 10 good players, let's be honest. God's sake, nothing is happening. They have a player send off and nothing happens. Even Felix isn't playing that well, which is the worst part of this. Saul, let's get him replaced with a natural box-to-boxer. I'm going to go attacking now because 2-0, 3-0 doesn't make a difference. And they are still actually attacking us. This is... Can we get the ball back? Can we get a console? Oh, for God's sake, no one's marking Militao. Get the ball off him, Alba. I've seen you do that tackle time and time again and then run up the pitch. Why are you not doing it now for us? Jovic is probably going to score. Nope. Can't do another shot because I just demanded more from them. I don't know if that shot was the highlight of this. No, the shot was the highlight. Okay. Just nothing. 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 I'm going to be aggressive. I can't say you don't deserve a rest because I need to give them a rest because we play Juventus in 2 days. Celta Vigo won as well. Sorry, now it's 9 games. I knew they'd drawn 2. That's what threw. I don't know why I got confused there. I'm sending assistant. I'm not. Oh, I didn't rest anyone. I'm actually going to rest the goalkeeper as well. But you saw that, though. Second half, we actually started having shots. And we didn't concede anymore. Even though we went positive. Even before the book. Even before the sending off. I don't know if that's glitched or what or whatever, but it just doesn't seem like anything other than positive gets a positive result. Oh, Sociedad won a match. Thank you for the warning. I better look into this Ronaldo and see if he's any good. That must genuinely be the most pointless piece of Football Manager news. Is the ones that warn us about opposition players. Does anyone ever pay attention to that? Is it me or Celtic doing alright in this? 1-1 drawn 2. Celtic are doing alright, aren't they? So, who are the early games? Liverpool and Inter Milan are the early games here. So, Liverpool beat Valencia. Liverpool's group's not the most impressive, is it? Okay then, so on the basis that nothing ever seems to work unless you do this formation. So there's a team, starting off with a positive variation. Felix is in the attacking midfield role, so that's the main change. Llorente's injured anyway, and he was the best player for the defensive midfielder role anyway, so we're kind of put into a corner regardless. And since positive is the only time we seem to play well, we're going to go for the positive one and just go at them. I don't know if there's something on with the game that prevents anything further being there, but any response would be nice. 4 plays. Oblak listened keenly, which is more than usual. So 6 minutes in, there's a highlight and we've scored. See what I mean? Start positive. Oh, Morata was Juventus one back in the day. Indeed. Trippier, Koke. Is it Koke who whips it? Bloody hell! I mean, 3D doesn't necessarily do that justice and accurate, maybe, but that is an insane assist if he intended it. What the hell? And Alba's got the yellow card, so he misses the home version. But to be honest, we win the away game. Oh, Rent-A-Car has already been booked. Rent-A-Car is off within 15 minutes and they've made the change accordingly, I think. Brought Aaron Ramsey on for Dybala, was it, who came off? So now they're playing without an attacking midfielder, full stop. Yeah, let's get Felipe off that, because we don't... Well, now I can't tell him to ease off tackles, but... We've had 3 shots and they've all been on target, which is helpful. Who are they playing? Oh, Didlik's now given that penalty away, maybe. And now we wait. Oh, it's a free kick. Thank you for that. But he does want a word with Delict, who's probably going to get booked as a result. That's whipped in. I think the highlight is mostly because the VAR question mark. Chesney's in goal. That's hoofed up. Trippier. Backwards. Delict. I'm kind of confused if there's a highlight actually here. Ronaldo could get under this, maybe. Not when there's 3 players about to take the ball off him. Lamar, just... I don't know what number 4 is doing there. Is that Delict? I mean, we've had 5 shots, they've all been on target. So, going positive is clear. I mean, this formation on positive is clearly the answer regardless of who the opposition is. Probably, it's likely to cause more goals conceded, but at the very least it seems to give us slightly more attacking presence regardless. It's Delict number 4, is Bonucci number 4, by the way. Dilic's number 4. Felix isn't tackled. No, it does give it, just naturally gives it to Jordi Alba. Koke's in space here to leave Chesney completely standing. I mean, let's be honest, if we beat Juventus away from home, it does ease the pressure somewhat. I mean, this is that's a lovely little assist. Now I see that in 3D. Half volley. Chesney dived the wrong way? I'm confused what Chesney was doing there. I mean, they have seen a red, but we were 1-0 up before that, and we were already on top of that game before the red card. And they've actually had their first shot since the red card. So Jimenez is going to gather this up, and I'm slightly worried by Ronaldo's position, but it did go way above him, clearly. Rabiot's just nabbed that. Felipe's under it. Felix is under it. We're all good. Once again. To be honest, if the ball goes anywhere near Ronaldo, I'm just permanently worried. Oh, they've left it. They've left it. That was... I mean, there seems to be a mentality that if they're within a certain distance of the goal, they're just going to shoot regardless of the angle. Like, in real life, Morata would have taken one touch inwards and then taken the shot. There was time for him to move inwards there and take the shot. He didn't need to shoot immediately. From that ridiculous angle. He got 2 yellows within 3 minutes. They're a man down. Calmly say, don't let your performance levels drop. This is the first time I've actually used that, and I want to see if they actually do let their performance levels drop. They've actually brought on an attacking midfielder now, rather than 2 strikers. Which might help them link up a little bit better, but maybe not. They're still a man down, let's not forget. It probably will serve them better than it did having Higuain, who probably doesn't have the most amount of pace. Having a slightly pacier attacking midfielder rather than a second slower striker might help him out a little bit, although Higuain probably the better person to hoof it up to if they wanted to employ that tactic, although it is now 3-0. Probably the bigger physical presence to, hoof it to if they wanted to go that way. Galatasaray are actually second in their group. Porto being surprisingly disappointing. But Trippier over to Lamar, and this is sort of what I was talking about. Provided I haven't cut that out. The winger-to-winger situation this is how a lot of the goals were played. It was either winger or, left or right back, swinging it into the other winger. And that's how, 90%, well, not 90%, but that's how a lot of... They brought Bernardeschi on, and then now they've taken him off for Mandzukic. I'm so confused by their strategy here. Oh, they moved Ronaldo into the attacking midfielder role, is what they've done. I don't know why they didn't just move him into that and let Higuain continue, but I think Mandzukic might be slightly taller than Higuain. Salzburg are beating Lille, though, which basically just turns this group slightly upside down. Sort of. 4? It's 4. Lovely. Morata's got 10 goals for the season now. I've learned a lesson today, and that is don't do anything other than this formation and this mentality. Ever. I mean, it's 4 goals. Morata has scored 2, so he's on for a hat-trick. Oh, I can't bring him off. I wanted to bring him off, although in fairness, he is... I should have put Maria on the bench. This was a perfect opportunity for Maria to come on. Alba, he's not allowed for the next one, but let's avoid a red card because I'm not sure if red card is more than 1 match suspension, so we'll try and avoid that. Actually, I think a draw is our best option here. Just told them I was delighted with that. Wow, that all happened in the last... What? I thought that was going to be... I did literally just mention a draw was probably the best result here. And, Salzburg decided no, they weren't going to have a draw. What the hell happened there? Oh, Falcao's a Galatasaray. I actually didn't know that. That's money. In fact, winning in that is really helpful. So, actually, right now we're alternating between losing and winning. But in fairness, we now do have... Levante had a good start, but they have marginally dropped off, and we are at home for it rather than away. Bear in mind, they were the ones who beat Real Madrid. We have 3 home games in La Liga. I'm not sure how that's been organised, but we have 3 home games in La Liga against slightly less. 18th, 11th, 8th. So hopefully that allows us to sort of get a little bit of momentum going into the home game against Juventus. We do have Sevilla and Salzburg away after that. It's a sort of a tough little run there. I'm not sure where I'm actually going to bring you back, to be honest. Because obviously the Juventus home game is kind of important. The Sevilla away game is kind of a reasonable game as well. That feels like the biggest matches upcoming to us, but obviously we've just played Juventus. again, so playing Juventus again in the next one feels a little bit iffy to me. There's a Barcelona Supercopa semi-final, by the way. I've just discovered this, and it's really weird. I don't understand the Supercopa, to be honest. It's 4 teams, and it seems rather pointless as a competition. But there's 3 more Champions League matches. I'm not sure how much they're going to be important. I think I will bring you Juventus Sevilla, and then that might determine what we do after that in terms of what games we show you. Because depending on how the group stands after this Juventus game, will probably tell me whether I bring you this one or the Lille game. Because let's be honest, the teams around that aren't super important. In terms of massive games again in the league, we don't really have anything until this Barcelona Supercopa and then Valencia Barcelona here. And then I think Champions League will probably return in February as well. So the big matches again don't really come around to February. So I think this Juventus match will trigger which of these 2 Champions League games are more important, and then that will determine what games I bring you after this Juventus match. So thank you for watching me here, this weird, informative 2-match session against Madrid and Juventus. Until next time, ta-ra.